When using Atelier, you must organize your development resources into projects in order to interact with those resources. This video will show you how to create a project and manage it with the Git version control system. To create a new project, start by opening the New Atelier project wizard. You can do this either by selecting File, New, Atelier Project from the main menu, or by right-clicking in the Atelier Explorer view and selecting New Atelier Project from the context menu. In the wizard, enter a name for the project. The default location that is selected for Atelier projects is the current workspace, which is the recommended location for your projects. If you prefer, you may select an alternate location by clearing the checkbox labeled Use Default Location. The Connection Configuration section of the form lets you associate a server with this project. You can use the Server drop-down list to select a server from those already configured. If you need to configure a server at this point, the Configure Server link will open the Server Connection Configuration wizard. Next, you will use the Namespace drop-down list to select a namespace from those available on the selected server. Let's use the user namespace and click Finish. Now the project will display in the Atelier Explorer. When you open the project, you will see the organizational structure. Many workflows integrate a version control system. One of Atelier's strengths is its support for a large number of version control systems. While we are demonstrating this with Git, there are similar plugins available for many other version control systems. These plugins, including the one that has been installed here for Git, can be downloaded from the Eclipse Marketplace. This new project has no repository connected to it. In order to connect the project with a repository, right-click and choose Share Project under Team. Though we are using Git in this video, this menu item is available for all version control systems supported by Eclipse. Select Use or Create Repository in Parent Folder of Project in order to initialize a repository for this project in the root folder. Select the project, choose to create the repository, and click Finish. Now that you have a new project initialized with a Git repository, add files using the Server Explorer view. The question mark badge appears on file names in the Atelier Explorer when the project is in an initialized Git repository, but files have not yet been added to the Git server. The No Head message indicates that the remote repository does not have any corresponding branches because the initial commit has not been made. To see this in the file system, note that there are multiple views of files that are tracked by Git. In the Window menu, under Show View, then Other, you will find Git. Here we will find two helpful views, Git Repositories and Git Staging. Git Repositories view corresponds to the remote repository on the Git server that we will be pushing all changes to. Git Staging view refers to the local repository. On the remote server, in the Git Repositories view, we can see that there is nothing here. All folders are empty. In the local staging view, we can see any changes that have been made. In this case, files have been added. We would also be able to see files which have been moved, edited, or deleted in this view. By dragging a group of files from unstaged to staged, we can add them to a commit. You will notice that the question mark changes to a plus sign as the files have been added to the staged commit. Next, click Commit and Push in the lower right of the staging view. Enter information regarding the location of your repository and click Finish. This will commit changes to the master branch. Now you will notice that the plus sign has changed to an uppercase E. The master branch has been created, which we can verify because No Head has now changed to Master. Now that our repository is initialized and has some files tracked, we should make sure that version control is really tracking our changes. Let's open this file and make a comment. Once we have saved the file, we can move to the staging view and put the changed file which is now in the Unstaged Changes area, into the Staging area. From here, we can commit and push the file to the master branch. In the event that you would like to open a repository that has already been initialized on your machine, but has not been attached to an open Atelier project, select the File menu and choose Import. Open Git and select Projects from Git, then choose Next. You may choose whether to clone a repository to your machine or connect this project to a repository that is already initialized on your machine. The Atelier demo repository is already set up, so we will use that. If the repository does not display, you may use the Add button to search. Select your repository from the list, then choose Next. If the project has been worked with in Eclipse, you can choose the Import Existing Eclipse Projects. If the project was only previously worked on outside of Atelier, we could choose to import using the New Project Wizard and click Finish. You will now see the project Atelier Demo in the Atelier Explorer. For more information, see the eGit documentation from Eclipse.